Alright, welcome back to my Your Turn to Die playthrough, part 52. I 53 or 52, I'm not sure, oh god. Alright. After what happened last time, I don't know what to think anymore. So we have to fill I almost said the caskets. We have to fill up the... What's the word? We have to fill them up, okay? Alright. But with who? Maple's burnt out body. It's still too much for me to bear. Hayasaka. Same here. I expected as much. I could see a truly dazzling bond between you survivors. And yet, to think Ranmaru did that to Miss Reiko. Look at the state Kurumada is in. If Ranmaru tries something before the banquet, I'll stop him. I'll throw myself in the way if I must. I like you, you know? Well, supposing I even can. Well, the will is there. That means a lot. What is? Miss Reiko, of course, when you've been aiding us the whole time. Oh, that's it. You mean Ranmaru? Yes, you always promised... you always compromised with us, so why take Miss Reiko's life? I like you, Hayasaka. Never thought it'd go like this. Kurumada, is your body okay? As if that's what matters right now. Shit. He betrayed us. He broke our promise. But we're the ones who were betrayed. It's not like he injured the dummies. No, Sarah. He's correct. He feels betrayed too, and he has every right to feel that way. He is with you. So you were betrayed. He was betrayed too. That ain't the issue. It pisses me off. Reiko should have been here too. One last time, I wanted to take pride in seeing that promise true. Shit! Depending on what the banquet is, maybe I'll get to offer Ranmaru. Look, I don't want to push you towards a specific path. I just... don't die, okay? Please. I never would have imagined. Shit! That weakling Ranmaru of all people! Are you mad? I'm surprised there was no response to that. Kurumada, I'll never forgive him. Same here. I'm boiling over with anger. Yo, no. I'm sure you know, but the real event lies ahead of us. So, it'll be a tough fight. Yep, but I think it's true. Midori was afraid. Fear can change a person. He must have a weakness to exploit, Miss Sarah. I like when you talk that way when you're on our side. Still, I have to say, Ranmaru, he did something pretty outrageous. Even I didn't expect he'd kill Miss Reiko. Who needs a doll that brings harm to humans? Aren't you sad, so? Sad? I can't even make that kind of feeling anymore. So, come on. To me, there's no big difference between Midori and you all. Asshole! I just want to clothesline you right now. Oh my god. Only the order. Yeah, I guess you do have Midori at the lower esteem part. He's still lower than the rest of us. So, looking at So makes me uneasy about whether my vote then was correct. So, was everything up to now practice? It's a weird expression, but he wanted us to entertain him. And above all, he wanted to enjoy it himself. He's a big ball of desires. Is that so? About Midori, we'll kill him. What else is there? Always saying you'll beat him or won't lose. No use doing that. Unless you show real bloodlust, he won't be afraid. I'm afraid he might be right. Hey, is it okay to leave Renmaru free? Renmaru, huh? Can't do anything now, us or Renmaru. Letting him get away scot-free ticks me off. But, well, after the banquet's over, suppose you can just not bring him back. I mean, what's that look? You're gonna forgive him for killing Reiko-senpai? I'm not one to judge. Enough! No point taking it out on you, Sarah-senpai. Renmaru, huh? Nothing to tie him with. And I'm sure he'd resist. Want to give him a big kick to satisfy myself. Go for it. He can't escape, and Renmaru doesn't have any choice but to participate in the banquet either. If it's a banquet where this... If it's a... Wow. If it's a banquet where we destroy him, I'll gladly take part in that. There's her bloodlust at play. I'm joking. Oh, I knew that. Mr. Policeman may be a lady killer, but I'm uneasy without him here, meow. Yeah. And also, Muscle Gorilla and Muscle Punk are both injured, meow. Everyone will be okay. Don't worry. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on... Wow. I'll keep an eye on them, meow. How about you, Gin? Feeling okay? I'm totally fine, woof. Good. You've gotten hardy, Gin. Big Sis Sarah, depend on me anytime, meow. Gin. Worrying, huh? Hope things don't worsen for them. Don't be scary, meow. They've got muscles, so they should be fine. I'm not sure I would have said that. Meow, muscles are amazing, woof. You'll give him ideas of him like starting to lift weights and join a American football team or something when he's a few years older than this. Yo, Sarah. Way to stay calm after all that. As if my plan failed. I'm pissed off. It's no good. I don't want to talk to Renmaru as he is now. No matter how hard I try, I just remember the fact that he killed Reiko. Not that I have any right to criticize him. What happened to winning? I'll gun for it if I get an opportunity. It ain't like I can take on this many people. And as I did at the end of the last video, this one, The silent treatment, huh? I ain't giving up. I'll aim to win if I get the tiniest opportunity. I don't like when you smile like this anymore. Okay. I am ready. You almost ready, Sarah? Kyutaro. What about you, Kyutaro? Is your wound okay? Don't sweat it. If I've made it this far, shouldn't be no concern. It seemed pretty deep. I'm amazed. Kyutaro, is there something you haven't told me? I want to know all about what happened when we were acting separately. It's all just like I told you. If you won't tell me, then I won't ask. I'm sure I can believe Kyutaro. A long time ago, I would have doubted him, but now I believe in him. Never mind the fact that I know what happened with him, but with him and KG and Nai. When you're ready, Sarah, give me the hauler. We'll start preparing for the banquet. One last save. Man, we lost Ereko. We lost Mai. Come on. I miss both of them. Don't know where KG is. Oops. Alright, let's go for it. Yes, let's begin. I'm sure everybody knows, but now we're gonna have to choose who goes into the 7 coffins. Well, 6, because doesn't matter if they're alive or dead, somebody's gonna go in, human or doll. We don't know what will happen. We should put the dead dummies' bodies in first. What do we do about the rest? All the dummies go in. That'll do, right? Eh? Kurumada? Essentially, can we just bring Ereko's body back? Like, I'm sorry, maybe it's a little morbid, but it's for the greater good, okay? There's nothing wrong with this if it saves somebody else's life, potentially, anyway. Because what dead bodies do we have? Ereko, Mai, Maple, so that's 3 out of 6. Yeah, that's about it. Unless I'm forgetting someone. Either way. Hey, Kurumada. Well, why not? If we're just getting in. You get your ass in there too, Ranmaru. You try to resist, I'll stuff you in that coffin even if I gotta smash you apart. That's the last stand we dummies are gonna take. Don't get so heated. I'll get in. Ranmaru got into the coffin. Guess I'll get in before I change my mind. Hinako got in the coffin. No choice, huh? Hayasaka got in the coffin. Right. Thank you, everyone. Alright, now we'll put the bodies in. Put the dummies' bodies into the coffins. Last one's you, Kurumada. Hey, my legs feel weak. Don't. Please. Also... Okay. I'll get back to this. So, Maple's body is too destroyed to count, I suppose. Fair. But... Can't we put, the fake, the doppelganger? Or did we never get... No, we never got to do it, that's right. No, well, unless KG is in the process of doing it right now. I don't know. Where the hell are you, KG? There's gonna be a point later where he comes back and it's gonna be like a big moment. I can already feel it. What's the matter, Kurumada? It's weird. My body's... Hey, hang on! Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Another one, another one. Another one bites the dust. Kurumada... I think he's my favorite of them. Of the dummies? I'm sorry. He's my favorite. Now. It took a while to get there, but now he's my favorite. Oh, so much happened with him. But now his battery is giving out. Does that mean his color will explode? Maybe we should move away. Kurumada! No, we're going to do the banquet together! He's completely stopped moving. It can't be. Hey! He's dead. It's not the battery. No, he had long since hit his limit. In this state, he was only living by a continued miracle. Petering out at the very last moment. How unlucky. Why, you? Don't say it like that! Well, but what is lucky? Is that he didn't run out of battery. He died of external wounds. Ah, so his color ain't gonna activate. Means we might be able to bring him back. Good point. We'll definitely save him, meow. So just wait, Woof. Muscle Punk. My eyes are all watery and stuff. Just kidding. You bought it, didn't you? We placed Kurumada's body in the coffin. It's crazy how there's only 4 of us left. Once, like, right now. Maybe KG elsewhere, but right now it's just 4 of us. Can you believe it? We started with 11. And then we lost Mishima. Then we got Alice, so we were back to 11. Then, of course, we lost Joe and Kay. We were down to 9. And then we lost Alice. We're down to 8. And then we lost No and Kanna. And we were down to 6. We quote-unquote lost KG. We quote-unquote lost Kyutaro. But both are still alive. KG is lost, though he's not with us right now, but he's somewhere. And now we lost Ereko. What a journey, man. I miss Joe. He was so good. I miss Kai, because I started appreciating him a lot more after his death. I miss Alice. I always wanted to hug him. I miss Now, because she's the one that's the most like me in terms of personality. I like that she's an artist, which is something I'm a little bit myself, not with art, but with writing. I talked about it a few times. I'm not going to go into it. I miss her. And I miss Kanna, who My reason for sacrificing her was... There were a few things. One, I wanted Shin. Two, she was the one who was ready to sacrifice herself to begin with. And it's because of Geshu that she was no longer the sacrifice. I'm not saying I wanted So to die, okay? Even now, I don't want him to die. But I miss Kanna. And then this chapter had us miss Kyutaro for a while, Keiji for a long time, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna continue. The more I make these recordings, the more I understand that when I go on tangents, when I rewatch the video later on to make sure everything's okay with the recording, sometimes when I go too long or I go into topics that are outside, not related to the game very much, sometimes I find it irritating myself. So let's just continue. All that's left is the last coffin. The one that Keiji was supposedly in. We know he wasn't in it anymore, but I'll inspect it. We can inspect Maple's left body, like leftover body, but we cannot talk to the others. It's the coffee Keiji was in. I'll open it. No good. It won't open. Just like before. It's like glued in. Midori said that when it started heating, it kind of fused together, and it's just like it's stuck. We have to think of a way to pry it open, meow. Oh, wait. They need to be filled up, right? Oh, that's right. They all need to be occupied. Yutaro, you know the secret of this coffin, right? No, it was a different coffin that led us elsewhere with a secret passage. It was this one, wasn't it? We have to think of a way to pry it open, meow. Yeah, but you know, the banquet isn't starting, so isn't this coffin empty? Then Mr. Policeman really did escape, meow. But thanks to that, now we need to discuss who should go in the... Huh? But... Oh, it is starting. Whoa! The coffins! They completely buried themselves! No way! The gate! Hurry to the gate! It's open now. When the dead assemble, the banquet shall begin. The gate is open. Here we go. Heyo, I've been withering away waiting. Withering away waiting. Try saying that 5 times fast. What? What in the world is this place? Why, the antechamber for the banquet. Oops, pardon me, I'm Meister, who will be overseeing proceedings for the banquet. Hi, Meister! I remember you. He's the guy that spoke to us through the painting in Chapter 1 with the Russian roulette minigame. I forgot his name. I thought about him occasionally. I mentioned him several times throughout the playthrough as one of the kidnappers that we knew of. Well, here he is, in the flesh. Maybe flesh. Actually, is it flesh? Yeah. Nice hat. Now, I'm gonna have you select a challenger. What are you gonna make us do, meow? Well, now, can't tell you that yet. The game is Russian roulette, of course. It's a test of luck between the challengers. Allow me to introduce the other challenger. Midori! Wow. Even the other kidnappers are calling him by the name that we gave him. I should have called him asshole. Quit it with the theatrics. Now, which coffin will you pick first? First? The challengers will go in these coffins. Orally. Really? More coffins? Why, they're just the same kind that were in the cemetery. No traps here. I mean, if they have a heating system to incinerate you, I would qualify that as a trap. And they're brand new and unused. Lucky you. If you're scared, want me to pick first? Wait. At any rate, let's look him over to make sure there's nothing suspicious. Go ahead and check until you're satisfied. I cannot talk to the asshole. Sorry, I meant Midori. Stop freezing, game. Should we pick the left coffin? Should we pick the right coffin? Well, I picked the right coffin because it's the right one. Alright, the right coffin. Alright, but let's just check him a little more. Kyutaro inspected the coffins very carefully. No need to put your sticky hands all over them. There's no difference between the two coffins. You know what, Midori? We will do just that. We will put our sticky hands all over them, including inside. What are you gonna do about it? Huh? My story's okay with it. And if you are not... If you are unhappy with this, as you seem to be, you seem a little annoyed at this, we'll do it for a little while. Anyway. Seems that way. Nothing suspect. We'll go with the one Sarah picked. Okie dokie. Hey, that's a KG line. Shut up. Then I'll go in the one you didn't pick. Midori got in the left coffin. Was this really the right one? Now for you to decide on a challenger, feel free to take your time thinking it over. Though not so long the dummies run out of battery, of course. That's a fair point. What to do? Guessing the challenger will be in danger as ever. I don't know, when we did the Russian roulette the first time around, the challenger, you know, the person with the gun, was not the one in danger, it was the other people that were in danger. Because if Sarah screws that up, they die. Well, whoever person she screws up on dies, not necessarily everyone. We have to decide now? We don't even know the rules. I'll do it, meow. Gin? No, I'll do it. You cannot, Gin. You can't. I wouldn't recommend that. You're chiming in? I'm offering you a hint, seeing as you have the disadvantage. We have the disadvantage? Thanks for letting us know. I'm always the one being protected, woof. You're all nice, so you'd never pick me at times like this, meow. But if that meant only I survived, I'm sure I'd regret it, woof. I'd feel like I was a burden. So I want you to let me do it, woof. I want to know there were people who I saved by being there, woof. That's... You already have... Oh, sorry, I'll get back to you again. I understand what Sarah is saying. I want to be there where people who I want to know there were people who I saved by being there. And Sarah says, you already have. He saved her. When she was at her wit's end, she was breaking down. Gin was there. I'm sorry. Gin, what you're saying is amazing, but what Sarah said is amazing, and I wanted to bring more attention to it as I realized the implication of her words. I want to know there were people who I saved by being there. Woof. That's... You already have. Because I love all of you guys. I love you, Gin. Gin! Now let's move on. It's about time to start. I don't normally save during the episode, aside for at the end, but... Oops. A passage continues further in. Proceed. We've arrived in quite the place. The hell is that? The energy that glows around whatever this is looks like Mishima's hair. I'm sorry. It's the first thing that came to mind. Looks like it's meant to be a massive moon, but anyway. I don't see any coffins anywhere. Now, it's about time. I'll prepare myself. I'm not going to sacrifice anyone. Well then, let's begin, shall we? Come forth. Coffins. But it's an amazing machine, isn't it? Coffins. Is everyone in there? Whoa, don't bother trying to open them, alright? Because I've locked the coffins just now. At any rate, I should get closer and inspect them. The platform rotated. Incredible, eh? Using this machine, you guys gotta locate Midori. Locate Midori? Yep, in one of these 9 coffins, whoever hits their target first wins. I don't understand. Because Midori is inside. Oh, are you saying that he is also picking targets while he's inside? And if he finds Gin, then he wins. That is the Russian roulette banquet. That means, naturally, the challenger dies if they're hit. I see. So people are gonna die. A hell of a lot of them. Really? So Gin's life is on the line? Even So seems annoyed at this, and Gin was probably the most vocal person to oppose So alongside Sarah. Hey, let us out of here! Are you outside, Meow? Big Sis Sarah! Gin! They're completely soundproofed in there, but as you can see, you can talk via monitors. Ah, I can't see anything from here, meow. If only I'd known. I should have gone in there. Don't be thinking anything foolish, Miss Sarah. What are you insinuating, so? Eh? We're the only ones who can properly observe things from outside. Got it? That's right. What's important is winning and surviving. And hopefully killing as few of the dummies as possible, please. I don't want to see them all die. We already lost Anzu and Mai, and, well, Ranmaru is alive, but I don't care about him anymore. I hate him. He's cool. I'll win and save Gin. That's the attitude, Sarah. Aim to win, but not for yourself, for all of us. Winning as a group. I believe in you. Except it's totally gonna go real bad. Oh, and by the way, it's a team battle, so Midori needs a button pusher too. Meaning I'll push the buttons in his stead. Okay, fair. You ain't gonna cheat? Honestly, of all the floor masters that we encountered, only one really played dirty. Only one. It was Cashew. You ain't gonna cheat? My cheating is Midori's cheating. We'll share responsibility. What is that supposed to mean? So if you do something wrong, we can expose it and then that's it, you're gone. Like, your role here is forfeit. Or is that only in the main game? You better not cheat yourselves. Rule breakers get death. As if we even could. Well then, once we decide the turn order, we can get started. I'd say it's fine for Team Gin to go first, having the disadvantage. Alright. Went a little long, huh? Let's start already. Russian Roulette, Banquet Edition. Begin! An extremely heavy air dominates the space. From what we heard, the rules are simple. 9 coffins. If Gin is picked, we lose. If Midori is hit, we win. I presume there's a trick to it, or like the game specifically makes it so that whatever we pick is gonna be a wrong answer until the story goes through all the story beats that are intended. But of course I can't imagine it's that simple. Above all, it's strange that Midori, who should be in a coffin, isn't saying anything. But it doesn't change what we have to do. We'll discuss it together and find an answer. Wait. Your wording just put something in my head. It's strange that Midori, who should be in a coffin, isn't saying anything. That wording put something in my head. What if he is not in a coffin? What if... It doesn't change what we have to do. We'll discuss it together and find an answer. That phrase, though. By the way, you can rotate the coffins during your discussions if you want. Make good use of it. First, let's inspect this machine closely. It might do more than just rotate. We ought to think about how we can differentiate the coffins. Both are valid. I mean, this one's, the AS is a little... The Asunado tag is like it's more like faded instead of sticking out. So this one sticks to mind, but maybe it's because we're looking at it like straight instead of from the side, so you don't see the angle. Yeah, I thought so. Anzu's coffin is number 2. So, I mean, I was not thinking that the order would be the same as the 1, 2, 3, 7, 6, 5, 4 like password or whatever from a while back, because that was number 6, Anzu's, but I needed to see. Let's inspect the machine closely. It might do more than just rotate. Yeah, maybe I should have done this before rotating it, huh? Well, naturally, let's get to inspecting. Alright then, I'll touch around and see if there's anything else we can control. This part of the platform, it shows the number of each coffin. So what are these round lamps beneath the numbers? Hey, whoa, don't go casually pressing that. Will you tell me about it? Of course, see, these lamps are a hint function. Hint? Yep, this is a game where you and Midori take turns selecting coffins. But before each selection, you can get one hint. Once before each selection. Of course he can use it too. Can Midori use that too? Yes, ma'am, and I'm sure he will. And what exactly are these hints? Too bad, explanation ends here. Just see what happens and think about it. What? You're good at puzzles, ain't you? She is! I'm not! What the hell? Think about me for a second. Don't just think about her. Ugh. If we can only use it once, I can't choose aimlessly. I want to narrow things down to an extent first. I think we need to discuss after all. We ought to think about how we can differentiate the coffins. Alright, let's observe. So he says, but there's hardly any difference in appearance. The only one we can identify is Anzu's coffin. That means there's only a 1 in 8 chance that we hit Midori. And the same odds that we hit Gin. Meow! That's a problem, woof! I can't die like this, woof! That's why you shouldn't have gotten into the coffin. Did you know Gin rhymes with coffin? Right, but what difference in appearance is there? Now I wish we had marked them somehow before all this. Like, I don't know, do a little scratch here. Oh, wait! The coffin with the coffin that heated up. Is there a way to identify that? Who went in that one? Wait, who went in that one? No, nobody went in it because they couldn't open it. Wait. What if the fake Midori is in there? Huh. Well, then we know it's not Midori. It wouldn't count. Wait. What if it would count? Let's think about that later. If it comes up, it might not. What difference in appearance is there? Can you think of anything, Miss Sarah? A way to see what the eye can't see? Let me think about it. I mean, I'm thinking lantern. But I want to talk to you first. A way to see what the eye can't see. Well, thought of anything, Miss Sarah? Use our ears and noses. No, we are not kin. Trust in luck. I mean, that's the next best thing, but use an item. How about we use an item? Guess you thought of something. Well, show me what this item is. Lantern. Just to be sure here. Yeah, I can't imagine anything else would do anything. Interesting. This is it. Thanks for the belated "this is it" game. Interesting. The lantern, huh? The light of this lantern can reveal things that you can't normally see. But isn't it out of battery? Sorry, I was drinking. We'll use the one I picked up. Received a lantern from Kyutaro. Thinking it's the same as your lantern, Sarah. As far as I can tell, they work the same way. Thank you very much. Now let's try this. I see. Number 4 is not green? I know that numbers 1, 2, 3... All the ones that were in the cemetery were green. So if I go for the non-green ones, it's either Gin or Midori. Are you kidding me? I see. That's too easy. It's... The coffins are glowing. Yeah. What do you mean they're glowing? Woof. We're not sure of the details either, but there's something special to these coffins. We might just be able to tell them apart. Mystery of the glowing coffins. The coffins must be made with a special material that glows in the lantern's light. Sarah-senpai, give it a spin around. Tell us how many glowing coffins there are. We saw the coffins glowing like this when we were off on our own too. That's right. All 7 coffins in the graveyard, well, except the Anzu one, so the other 6, the ones that were not destroyed, were all glowing like this. Which means if there's 2 non-glowy ones, they're the ones that Gin and Midori went in. So it just ends like that, which is not... It's not what's gonna happen, I can tell. That would be too fast. So there's something here, there's something here. We saw the coffins glowing like this when we're off on our own too. Number 7 and number 4. And 5. Wait, what? Why are there 3 that are not glowy? So there's 5 glowy ones. 3 non-glowy, 5 glowy, and 1 destroyed, so neither. That's not normal. 4, 5, and 7? Never would have guessed the same lantern would be on floor 5, though. When we used it in the cemetery, all 7 coffins started glowing. All 7 coffins? This is an important statement. Well, 6, because the destroyed one, but whatever. The coffins must be made with a special material that glows in the lantern's light. Just for example, I believe some ores like ruby and diamond glow in ultraviolet light. I wouldn't know, but I'll take your word for it, Hayasaka. Maybe those coffins are made of diamond too. Would suck to destroy them, huh? Sarah-senpai, okay, yes. Well, have you determined it? Yeah, the number of glowing coffins is 5. Oh, are there really? Yes. Alright, so there are 5 glowing coffins. I see. This has to be a lead. Let me think about it. Will conflict these 2 statements? Only 5 are glowing? Yes. What's that mean? When we saw them in the cemetery, it was definitely 7. By the way, there exist no other coffins than these. Oh, thanks for the information. So the 7 glowing coffins were reduced to 5 glowing coffins because some of the coffins lost their glow. Alright, why don't we think about why that is? Huh. The coffins lost glow. Well, we can at least tell that Anzu's number 2 coffin isn't glowing. Is it because Maple exploded on top of that coffin? Woof. There's a bit of piano added to this. But there should be one other coffin that lost its glow, shouldn't there? What if it's the one that heated up? You know, the one Keiji was in for a while. Is there another cause beside the explosion? Even little things matter here. Do any of you remember anything unusual that happened to the coffins? All I can think of is how their peculiar smell bothers me. Ranmaru, I'm asking you too. That's right, Hinako splashed liquid at me and got my coffin all sticky, I recall. She did that? I don't remember that. Maybe the coffins actually glow using electricity? Bet they ran out of battery. Oh. What if we could recharge all of them? Literally all of them. I think it's gotta be that explosion, meow, like the heat of the blast. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Heat. KG's coffin. Maybe the coffins actually glow using electricity? But they ran out of battery. The dummies run on battery, don't they? Maybe their coffins do too. Hinako splashed liquid at me and got my coffin all sticky, I recall. Hinako had me hold her cocoa, you know? Oh yeah, that's true. I told her, it's hot, carry it yourself. Then she crumpled it up and splashed it all over my coffin. I had no choice but to wipe it off myself. But what of it? That ain't relevant, is it? I can't overlook this statement. Water? Oh! That's right! The Asunado vow paper. Yeah, that thing. It was glowy at first, in the classroom. There was the arrow that said, hey, when you're alone, watch out above. And then the arm falls down. But then the Asunado vow, that was, you know, the vow, the reason behind the thing you sign for, was obscured. And how do we unobscure it? The steam hand. Water. Well, not literal water, but same difference. So it was glowing at first with the lantern. You could see it in green. And once it got removed with the steam hand, we couldn't see it anymore. Liquid. Alright. All I can think of is how their peculiar smell bothers me. I feel like staying in this coffin for too long will give my suit a stench. Ayasaka, you can probably buy another one. I think it's gotta be that explosion, meow, like the heat of the blast. The force of the blast, the heat from it. I can think of lots of causes, meow. Hot cocoa got spilled in my coffin, but that's not relevant, is it? Getting kind of thirsty now for cocoa. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Oh, this thing. I still don't know what's going on with this. Maybe? Yeah, I don't know. What? That doesn't work? But I assumed it would work. You give him, you present the upgrade parts as proof. Because it happened before with the steam hand, we could remove... It was liquid. Shoot, that was a mistake. Alright, listen. It made sense, okay? Shut up. I'm not sure. Hot cocoa got spilled on my coffin, but that's not relevant, is it? It is! Electricity. The dummies run on battery. Maybe their coffins do too. I doubt it. Like, I can't imagine anything that conflicts one another. The smell. The hot cocoa. Electricity/battery. Heat. Or force of the blast. I don't see. Am I dumb? All I can see that might have any relevancy is conflict. Because I don't see whatever item I would present that acts as proof aside for what I just tried. But there's nothing that conflicts. A peculiar smell. Will give my suit a stench. Hot cocoa got spilled. Oh, heat! Hot cocoa! The heat of the blast. Hang on, Meow. I'm curious about that, Meow. Cotton Candy says the cocoa doesn't matter. But the explosion and the hot cocoa have something in common. Being really hot, woof. Yeah. What in the... So what? He's not wrong that a blast and hot cocoa would both be high temperature. That's right. If heat had an effect, we can draw the conclusion something melted. Paint! Sorry, I drinked. Paint? Maybe there's something like paint on the surface of the coffins that the lantern makes glow. Not paint literally, but something like paint. Come to think of it, that would connect to something else. The blackboard in the classroom. The consent form, yeah. The consent form in the classroom! That's what I was saying! That's why I presented the hand. I'll give Ranmaru a hand, a slap in the face. That black paint. It glowed similarly when I used the lantern. That's what I was talking about. I'm a genius. Not really. And a spray of steam got rid of it. Okay, I thought at first I thought it was the liquid, or, steam is liquid, humidity liquid, or something like that. But no, it was heat. It was heat. Specifically. Wow, so it was using the same paint? It's not unlikely. The paint comes off at high temperatures. That could certainly explain Ranmaru's coffin losing its glow. And it also leads us to the possibility that a certain other coffin lost its glow. The Keiji one. Another coffin that stopped glowing. A coffin that might have stopped glowing similarly to Ranmaru's. That would be Keiji's coffin. Or Midori's coffin if you want to go with the ones that... because he started in that one. The coffin Keiji was in. That coffin used a cremation system meant to grill Keiji alive. Precisely, and it was so hot that just touching the lid could burn you. So Mr. Policeman's coffin lost its glow too, meow. I bet the melted paint got under the lid, which is why it got stuck and wouldn't open, meow. But that's strange, isn't it? That would mean between Anzu, Ranmaru, and Keiji, 3 coffins stopped glowing. That ain't right, the numbers don't match. Right, because the 2 new ones should glow. But wait, they are glowing. What are you talking about? Oh no, it doesn't match because Anzu's... Yeah. Anzu plus 3 are not glowing. But it should be plus 2. The numbers don't match. In that case, you gotta wonder who painted them and when. I don't think this matters. It was probably just a thing they did at the start, like before we got there. Probably just a thing for the game, right? I mean, now that they talk about it like this, maybe it's significant, but at first glance, I wouldn't think that it matters. I would just think it's a thing that the kidnappers did just for whatever reason. Like, just... Good point. I want to clear that up. Understood. Let's discuss it. Who painted the coffins when? First up, when I split off from Sarah, all 7 coffins in the cemetery were glowing. Meaning, someone painted them before we split. Weren't they all, like, painted over in the first place? Like, before we even got to the floor? Like, before the chapter started? Because as far as I can tell, they were all glowing to begin with. I imagine it had to have been Midori. Surely the culprit wouldn't be one of us. If Midori tampered with that, he might have changed it. If Midori is the one that messed with that, he might have changed, like... Like, let's say he activated the cremation system on one of them, like before the group got to the cemetery right before this. So one of them lost its glow. But then he put a whole new coat of fresh paint on a different one. Does that make sense? Because then this could throw us off completely, but he could bank on that, meaning one of the glowing ones would be where he is at. It would make us think that he's not... it would make us think that he's in one of the non-glowy ones, because when we arrived here there were 2. And they wouldn't glow, maybe, I don't know. Forget that. I don't know what I'm thinking. I imagine it had to have been Midori. Surely the culprit wouldn't be any one of us. Wouldn't it get on their hands or clothes when they applied it, this paint stuff? I mean, they are tools, Ranmaru, you know that, right? There's this thing called tools that makes it so you don't have to dirty your own hands. I sure don't remember seeing any suspicious activity in the cemetery. Could there not be a culprit, Meow? There must be some meaning to them being painted in the first place. Okay. I sure don't remember seeing any suspicious activity in the cemetery. If someone was fiddling with a brush, of course I would have thought, what are they doing, you know? True. So we didn't see anyone doing, like, anything of the sort with them. Somebody painted the coffins before I separated from Sarah and the others. So, like, before we confronted Maple the first time? Because that's when he got separated from the rest of us alongside Mai. Since nobody saw nothing suspicious like that, it must have been much, much earlier. At the very start, before the death game began. Thank you, Kyutaro, I'm not stupid. If another person thought the same thing. That's the thing that makes the most sense to me. They were already like that in the first place, and there's probably no real meaning to it. At least not in regards to this, to identifying them. Like the when wouldn't matter. Before it began? So basically, he reapplied their color to prepare for the death game. Midori must have had some old coffins lying around that he repainted. You think so? Because Meister said these are all the coffins that are on the floor. I think that's... Not sure what wording he used exactly, but he said those are all the coffins. Like straight up. Must have had some old coffins lying around that he repainted? He reused them? I don't know. Wait a second! What if there were 7 coffins to begin with, then 2 of them got removed, and the other 2 took their place? Would it matter? I don't see how it would matter. But could there not be a culprit, Meow? The culprit doesn't exist. In other words, a ghost, Meow. Okay, no. A ghost, Meow. The ghost of the person in that coffin played a trick. Woof. Gin, you never should have gotten into that coffin. It's making you say silly things. It's kind of adorable. I was joking, Meow. Stop treating me like a troublesome kid, woof. I wasn't... Aww. I mean, it's a brand new coffin, so of course there wouldn't be a ghost, Meow. Right, of course. That is the joke, yes. Silly me, I overlooked that part. I'm sorry, Gin. You're above my level, my dude. Okay, brand new. Huh? Big Sis Sarah, you don't remember? Woof. Seaweed Head said, I can't wait. It's my first time using this fancy new coffin. Meow. Did he say that? I don't remember. I don't remember at all. Did he say that? Come to think of it... Well, that's huge. I wish I remembered. Seaweed Head said, I can't wait. It's my first time using this fancy new coffin. Meow. The meow is not in the quotation, of course. Well, it's in the quotation of the entire message, not in the... Anyway... Seriously, where do you have to order from to make something like this? Meow. Wouldn't it get on their hands or clothes when they applied it? This paint stuff? If you want to confirm, just check if anyone has paint on their clothes. Not that you can see the ones inside the coffin. Ugh. Thanks for nothing. I imagine it had to have been Midori. Surely the culprit wouldn't be one of us. Only Midori would get these weird ideas. What kind of intention did he have? Can't even be bothered to consider it. There must be some meaning to them being painted in the first place. I mean, so long as they aren't lit by the lantern, their color isn't even any different. Yeah. Old coffin. Midori must have had some old coffins lying around that he repainted. This facility's old, but the coffins were rusty old scrap from sitting around for years. It's my first time using this fancy new coffin. This fancy new coffin, meow. Must have had some old coffins. Gin, you sure about that? Of course, meow. Then it would make sense why nobody looked suspicious. A new coffin would have been painted to start with. So it was coated in paint back in the production stages? Then perhaps it's a desiccant. Or a form of anti-tarnish agent. If I'm not mistaken, a desiccant is a product to remove, like, humidity or to make something dry or something like that. Don't quote me on that. I've barely ever heard the word. I've heard the word desiccate before, but I'm not 100% on what it means. I need to look it up, and I don't care that much. Perhaps it's a desiccant or a form of anti-tarnish agent. Then, the coffins outside the cemetery too. According to Meister, Gin and Midori's coffins are both new, right? So Gin and Midori's coffin both glow. Exactly, meow. That would make the coffins add up. Rather than 2 out of 7 coffins losing their glow, it's 4 out of 9. There's the Anzu one, of course. There's whichever one Maple exploded over. There's the one from the hot cocoa. And there's the one from the KG thing. Wait, what? Yeah, that's right. The hot cocoa, the KG heating trap, the maple explosion, and the other one is the Anzu one from the very start of the chapter. It would mean Anzu's, Ranmaru's, KG's, and one other coffin stopped glowing. There's just one we can't identify. I mean, Hinako's is the one with the hot cocoa. Isn't it? Maybe not. Anzu was on the right side, the second one from the right. KG's was in the middle. Ranmaru's was the second one from the left. Wasn't it? That's the one he went in any case. What am I missing? Well, I suspect the last one would be among the cemetery coffins. It would be odd if it wasn't. Okay, this is going over my head. I'm missing something here. Oh, brain. Please work, brain. Why is there one that they cannot identify? One lost their glow here. There's 4 that don't glow, right? There's the broken one, that's Anzu, and there's the other 3, which are the hot cocoa, the maple explosion, and the KG thing. What am I missing? Okay, let's just go with it. Maybe it will spark in my head and I'll understand everything. Now we're narrowing things down. After all, this means Midori is in one of the glowing coffins. Oh, then if we select a glowing coffin, Wait up! The same goes for Gin too! Yes, but we have to do it. That's right. What's the point then? We have to do it. That's the only way we win. It sucks, but we have to do it. Unless we got a way to distinguish Gin and Midori, it's still a game of chance. 1 in 5. 1 in 5 odds that we hit Midori and you win. But then the dummies die, but supposedly we can bring them back if we recharge them. And 1 in 5 that we hit Gin, which, well, that means we lose. And the other 3, well, we hit... Wait a second. Wait a second. I'm thinking. There's 2 coffins at the end. After the dummies went into their coffin, there were 2 leftover coffins. And they put dead bodies in them. Which coffins were they? I wish I'd paid attention. There were 2 leftovers that were still open. Then they said we'll put the bodies in it, which I presume is Mai and Reiko. No, Kurumada. Kurumada. Mai and Kurumada? Reiko and Kurumada? I don't even know. But anyway, the point is, I'm not sure which coffins they were. Because there could be some people that are already dead in the coffins there. I have no idea. I wasn't paying enough attention at the time. If we just missed, that's one thing. But if we hit Gin, Gin dies. It's the same if we hit a dummy. Remember that, Sarah. They die too. They're not getting brought back. I think. Now, obviously, Gin is a human, so he dies on the spot. And there's no coming back from that. With the dummies, well, you can make a new one. You can put the AI in that, right? They wouldn't remember what happened, but... Sarah, don't you think it's about time we try that hint function? We've narrowed it down to 5. It's possible we could narrow it further using the hint. That's true. I'll explain how to use it. Put the coffin you want to use a hint. Put the coffin you want to use a hint on right in front, then touch the platform. Okay, got it. I'll choose one of the glowing coffins to use a hint on. Using the hint. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I will end the video here, but I will make the next recording like right after. Because I don't want to forget what I'm doing here. This is very important. A lot of details I don't want to escape my head. So I'll make the next recording right after. But, you know, I don't want the video to go 3 hours long, you know? You know what I mean? So that is what I will do. All right. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that was enjoyable and I'm not too stupid, and I hope you weren't like, oh, come on, use your brain, you idiot. It's obviously that. Why are you not figuring it out by yourself, you moron? Well, I'm sorry. I cannot help myself in that regard. Yeah. So anyway, I'll end the recording here. I'll make another one right after. So for me, I'll see you in a moment, but for you, it will be later. So thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Unless you're watching this in the far future and you'll watch the next part right after this one. You never know, it could happen. So anyway, thanks for watching.